So, basics of the stance. I mean, he can have his hands in lots of different positions, but when I need to infiltrate the stance, what I need to understand is that the strongest aspect of the stance is really, for the punch obviously it's the tricep, where there's the shot going out, but if I'm going to start wrestling with it, it's really bicep driven. The whole radial chain up to the bicep is extremely strong, and anything I do against that is really not counter efficient. It's not that effective. But even if he's completely strong here, normally people protect themselves, they pull inward. There's very little occurring this way. Right? You'll be in a super strong stance, and so often you can push these into his face. Right? Or you can smother inward, because we're only really dealing with the outside of the deltoid. So take somebody in a super strong stance, if I pull down, arm's very weak there. And anything you can pull, you can strike. Right? So I can pull at this, at the beginning it's very much like this, or I can go to my nape and my underhook and I start with my shots. I can go right into my position. I can pull and start to see if I can get the punch right away. Or I mean, just instead of even pulling, I might want to look at how can I hit. Instead of hitting with a slap, obviously I could hit with edge, I could hit with knuckles, I could hit with elbow, I can hit with lots of things. Right? If I have the ability to sort of fire it in, there's a lot of different power. So I just want to deal with the stimuli, with the threat. I've seen someone in front of me, you keep me moving, and just see how I can come in. What's very important for me, in my experience, is creating what we call an eye jerk. I want that, the fluid in the ear to be disrupted, I want its horizon line to change. If I do things that do this, nothing affects his timing and his distance. I really want that head to have to readjust. And I want to think of where I can come in from and go in. Because he's going to be hitting you at the same time, in real life and in a few minutes, right? So I can push right into his face, he's not used to it. Right? I come up, I can go there. Some people like to work on strikes. Strikes to the sort of tendon on the underside of the wrist. Careful with the elbow. Strikes to the inside of the wrist. Sort of, you think of about 4 finger widths down, right? Right about here. Very weak, the arm goes. I always refer to this as the, so that's like the colon 12 point in acupressure, but if you think of the big divot, right? I always go back to the action figures when you're a kid. That's where the pin is, right? The G.I. Joe pusher point. Oh, it goes, and it catches right on the sort of done, right? Done right away. So just think of how you do it. You stomach, right? So just think of how you can enter in. Another thing you might want to be considering is if it starts to get comfortable. If it's not comfortable, stay there. But if it's comfortable, how can I enter and then protect myself? Ramp that arm away from me. Maybe it doesn't have a weapon, but there's no advantage of coming in and then having him drill me 5 or 6 times to get an uppercut, right? So if I'm able, when I'm working, to see how I can get in here, get control, right? Or if I don't wish, right, get into top controls even better and start working. So just play with the arm a little bit. I'll come around to show more. See how you can strike the arms, pulling versus pushing versus slapping. Feel the difference. Right? A lot of guys try to pull and they get into wrestling. I've seen this many times. They pull and then they extends and knocks you down, or they start to wrestle here and then they're putting all this bicep power, and then both of you start swinging like steroided gorillas. There's no efficiency there. Just really see eyes maybe come up, walk it, control it, go in with knees. See the different ways you can enter and see how you feel comfortable penetrating the stance. Good? Fair?